Dynasty podcast. I'm Trevor. This is Juan. You know what to do. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio, iHeartradio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. So follow us. The hell are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
Seriously.
Like, this is not even a joke. Come on.
Anyway, how's it going, guys? yeah, I don't know why we're so aggressive for no reason.
It's supposed to be aggressive.
yeah, about that.
You gotta get you and all you other, I almost said bitches, all you other people.
What the hell was that? Oh my god. Anyway.
Oh man. We just get started, shall we? Oh my
gosh.
Well, we completely finished up the NFC last episode.
Yes, we did.
Which is on, line, just saying. Go check that out. Check out the entire agency for the entire NFC conference. The losers.
Yeah, the losers. The AFC ran supreme the last couple of years already.
Last decade. I think he won 6 of 10 this decade. Right? Patriots. Yeah.
Patriots 3 times.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Ravens, Broncos. Yep.
Yeah, 6.
6 of the last 6 out of 10. That's crazy. Well, yeah. So now we're going to go on to the superior conference this decade. It's a new decade this year, 2020. So let's see if the NFC can do something about that.
Yes.
Well, we're going to start with the AFC East. So as you see on his head, and you probably see on my side right here, we have a decent amount to say about one team. Yes. We're going to save that for last.
I think we're going to do that because I'm like, a lot to get into that.
Yeah. So and ironically enough, this is also the team that has the most work to do. Believe it or not.
Yes.
Believe it or not. So we're going to skip them. We're going to save them for last. We're going to start with the second place team, which is the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills, who are, let me see, have almost, I think, the third most cap out of everyone in the league, actually. They have $82.2 million, according to overthecap.com. That is an astronomical amount of money, which is ridiculous. So, going through this team, it was a little difficult because they actually don't need that much. Just a little bit, which they can easily get. To be honest, what they need is to get their quarterback to be good. That's really what they're waiting for. And then there'll be a force in the league.
I mean, he has flashes of, again, we played against New England in Week 16. It was really good, actually, in that game. But when you play, like, complete ass like he did in Houston.
Or the first time he played in
England. Yeah. But I think that with the right tools and the right technique, I think he could be a good quarterback in this league.
Speaking of tools, that's their first need, wide receiver.
Yes, I agree, 100%. John Brown actually played very well. They got rid of Zay Jones early in the year because he was trash.
He sucked.
He was garbage.
So that was a good move.
So yeah, John Brown played very, very well.
Yeah, Cole Beasley was decent too. Yeah, very good slot. Yeah. They're missing the big body.
Yeah, at least like I said before, early in the season they needed one receiver.
They need an X receiver.
And they'll be okay.
They need an X receiver. X receiver is the big deep threat. That's what X receiver is. That's what they need. Who plays usually in the sideline. Second, I actually put running back at second because they need someone to keep a little bit of the flow off of Singletary. His name is Devin Singletary, right?
Yes.
Okay, I keep confusing him and Miles Sanders and the Eagles. I don't know why. I just always do.
I like Miles Sanders pretty
They're both very good running backs. So I just confuse them. I don't know why. But I'll just take a look because Frank Gore is gone, and he's also like 57 years old. So they should probably get someone younger to keep, maybe a bigger guy, because Singletary is a little shifty. Bigger guy to hold to when it comes to short yardage situations. 31s, 32s, 4th and 1, stuff like that. Big one there. 3, I just said I cheated a lot this episode, and I was sick and tired of going in specific offensive line groups. I just went offensive line. So according to Pro Football Focus, they are the 21st best offensive line, which actually was an improvement according to them.
Yeah, wow. From what they were years ago.
Yeah. The thing is that they also do something similar to New England. They have a quick passing game. That's why Cole Beasley did what he did, and John Brown's really that's part of their game. So they do quick passes, which helps the offensive line greatly. So since they were still ranked 21st, with having that type of scheme protecting them, they suck. So we need new ones. Then again, like, you can really put this type of need for almost every team that's not named like Philadelphia and like Dallas.
Yeah.
Those teams that really don't need offensive linemen, but you can always use extra guys. 4, I say cornerback to get a good number 2.
Tre'Davious White is the second best cornerback in the league.
Yeah.
somebody else in New England.
Stephon Gilmore. It's
Stephon
obvious.
Gil-
The guy who won the trophy this year.
Yes, but Tre'Davious White was a complete monster.
Was very similar.
This year.
He's so good.
And like if they had someone on the other side, the Bills were a good defense.
Will be completely broken.
The Bills were really good defense. It's just that they just attack one side of the field, and they account
the only thing they can basically do, against that defense.
Yeah, that and the fact of the matter is the fact that that's it. They might. I don't know. It's just. They're really good. They're really good.
Again, this team barely has any holes right now, so this was difficult just to get something from them.
Yeah.
5, I say defensive end because Shaq Lawson is becoming a free agent, and they actually do need a little bit. If there's anything they can improve on, it's pass rush. I think the scheme doesn't warrant it. Like New England's another why they're very similar to us in defense. I think about it. Yeah. But anyway, New England's rely on pass rush. They scheme their own pass rush. I think Buffalo does the same thing. So they not a big pass rushing team, but hey, who said you can't just get it? If you can get a guy who could just do it naturally, why not? It makes you better automatically. It can't be worse adding an extra set of skills into the defensive line. So why not? Why not be broken and have a great secondary and a crazy pass rush? And no one will ever pass on this defense ever, which they barely even did. So anything else?
Oh, that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Solutions.
The Jets. No?
Solutions.
Also, almost not about that. Solutions.
Resign Shaq Lawson. You have mad money. Why not?
Yeah.
I would try to sign one of these big offensive line guys, whether it's Sheriff. Sheriff's going to get so many offers. He's going to be a rich man in 2 weeks. Bulaga too, yeah. They're going to get a lot of offers. Because they're 2 of the best linemen in the AFC right now. I will get one of them or even both. They can afford. And I will pick up Robbie Anderson, from the Bills. He's with his skill set, exactly what they need.
I agree.
Big body speed guy who just takes the top off. That's exactly what we need. Even though Josh Allen's accuracy isn't the best, but someone like him, they'll be all right. Yeah, because John Brown's very reliable, has good hands, so you have to worry about him dropping many balls. And Cole Beasley used to do the slot. There was a little bit of a problem in the playoffs. If you guys saw the Houston game, there were a couple of drops everywhere. So maybe, in the draft, they can get one of those possession guys for when that happens. And Dawson Knox is going to be in the second year, the tight end, who the Patriots should have drafted. He's going to get even better. So they'll have a secure guy who, if I'm not mistaken, caught 80% of passes thrown in his way this year. So he's been great. So again, this team was hard because there's not much to find. They really are, and I believe because they have the right culture and right coach, they're going to be on the rise. You're going to see them in the playoffs a lot.
Yes.
And that sucks for us, but...
I mean, like I said before, it's all about I think, like you mentioned before, I think that McDermott can put Josh Allen in the right direction. It's up to him.
Yeah, it is. That's what I keep saying.
Up to him.
The problem with this team, even though it's not much of an insult, but it's Josh Allen.
They should have beat Houston in the playoffs this year. They should have beaten them, and you could say they probably would have beaten Baltimore anyway. Maybe they could have beat Baltimore anyway. So
it's very possible.
Very possible.
That defense could have done exactly what Tennessee did.
Yeah,
100%.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, maybe. All right. So now the bums. Now
the Jets.
Yeah, New York Jets. They have almost $50 million. They have $49.4 million in the cap this year.
Okay, I think. So believe it or not, I watched a lot of Jet games this year. Being waiting at 10 and to watch the game, so they were on. So it's
Not with me. We made them change those games.
Yeah. I mean, even though they had the games on the other corner, I was still looking at it anyway. This team is really bad.
Yeah,
I could really tell you much. The offensive line.
That's number one. That's not even close, and it's not even.
It is horrendous. The fact of the matter that you had Le'Veon Bell, an All-Pro running back, who had over 400 touches in Pittsburgh one year. I think the last few years. Took a year off. You have him probably to give Sam Darnold something to do with, play with, and everything. And
I feel bad for him.
And completely ruined him. He had no holes. He couldn't even get past the line of scrimmage most of the time. And when he did, a lot of times when the receivers couldn't get open, you probably hand it off to him or screen pass to him. No, lost yards, nothing.
This line was really
It's
bad.
horrible.
They were ranked 28th to corner Pro Focus.
That's it. Well, that's it. Oh no, Cincinnati was worse. Obviously, right?
Cincinnati on team that's next is worse.
Yeah.
So there's a couple worse.
Yeah, they were bad.
But they're 28th. There's only I think 4. We said 2 of them already. 4 of them were worse than them.
Yeah.
Next, defensive line for me.
Yes, I have that too.
They have no pass rush.
Quinnen Williams to me was so. He's one of the players that came out of the draft last year from Alabama. That I thought, oh, he's gonna eat. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. Leonard Williams was absolutely terrible. I'm like, terrible. I'm like, yo.
They traded him this season.
Yeah, traded him this season. He was that bad, and then he wasn't nearly the same. I mean, he was no better than the Giants.
He's doing anything in the Giants.
He's gonna do anything.
So he's not getting that much
So
pay.
no, and yeah, it's about time we traded him anyway because the Leonard Williams experience failed miserably in the last 3-4 years he was there. Miserably failed. Quinn Williams, maybe
it's 1 year, and
year.
it was this circus of a team this year.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him benefit.
Yeah,
of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt, but hopefully he his sophomore year he definitely ranks up the intensity.
You want to hear a great stat?
What?
Nobody in this team got 20 pressures in the entire season.
I believe it.
No, it's the truth.
I believe it.
It's in the Bible.
Nobody
in this team had 20 pressures in 16 games. That is astronomically disgusting. How is that possible? Yeah, they need defensive linemen.
Yeah.
All of them. Ends and tackles. Next, I put wide receiver.
I agree 100%.
Because, they're losing one of them.
And also, Quincy Enunwa, I think his NFL career might be over. It's
good. He sucks anyway.
He wasn't productive, but he was healthy. And then these drastic injuries is so bad. It's like, damn, it's like you gave him all this money, I think in 2017. They gave him a big contract, had his ACL torn in his first year, didn't play it. 2018, he played a little bit, got hurt, and then he had issues with the team himself, with like discipline issues and stuff like that. And they're talking about wanting a new contract. Like, how do you want a new contract if you will get hurt? And then you got hurt last year. Like, it was a waste. It's a waste. Like, listen.
I don't want to find his bum ass anyway.
It wouldn't make sense either.
So the only decent receiver they had outside of Robbie Anderson, I guess, was
Jamison
Crowder, who actually was not that good. He caught under 60% of pass thrown his way with 122 attempts.
No.
Especially when you're a slot receiver too. No bueno. Nope. They need weapons. I feel very, very bad for Sam Darnold. He has nothing in this team.
I think I don't know, like, because you know how I was very critical of Robbie Anderson in this team anyway. He feels that he's the number one receiver. He's not.
He wasn't this team. That's probably why he felt that way.
I mean, by the default, because the team,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
is garbage.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like I was just say, yo, bro, like you are not a number one receiver. You want to run number one receiver because this team is trash and they pay you like you're a number one receiver, and like you're not. Like you're gonna be a number three receiver at best anywhere else. Like stop it. That was me killing him early in the year when he wanted people to vote for him in the Pro Bowl. That sounds so dumb.
Oh no, hell no.
Yeah, Jamison Crowder, like you mentioned before, he was pretty decent. It was okay, but not enough to be. If that's gonna be your Robbie Anderson and Jamison Crowder and another player, Enunwa who's in the hospital all the time, that's your receiving core. I mean, I do you what. Chris Herndon was just really good this year. Chris Herndon I think he's a good tight end for that team. He should be alright. But even with that, the offensive line was so bad, he barely got to him anyway. He couldn't pass the ball to him anyway because the offensive line was so bad. It was just terrible. But yeah, that's definitely a big need for them.
Next, cornerback. Remember Jermaine Johnson?
Need I say more? He was so trash.
You want to know a stat line for 2019?
Please.
27 attempts thrown his way, so he barely even played because I think they benched him in October.
Yeah, Brett Williams benched him because he was so ass. I think it was a game against not just New England, because they were New England in week number 3 when Luke Falk, the one who shouldn't be an NFL quarterback. Luke Falk was the quarterback at the time. He was god awful, and even when he was on the team, they were just completely obliterated him. Like it was horrible.
21 attempts, or 27 attempts, 21 was completed at him, which is absolutely disgustingly bad. 219 yards in like the 3 or 4 games he played in, and a touchdown. And the yardage on air, while the yardage he allowed, like average, was 11 yards per reception. He allowed.
That is awful.
In about I think it was 5 games. I think.
That is horrible.
11. Like they threw at you, that was an automatic first down. God. And every corner allowed more than 60% completions in their way. All of them in the team.
That is horrendous.
Yeah. Next, I put tight end because Sam Darnold needs weapons. They had a good one. He said a name I didn't know about. Ryan Griffin caught over 80% passes thrown his way too, so there's something there. They just need weapons.
Yeah, Chris Herndon, when he was injured for early part of the year, when he came, him and Ryan Griffin was, literally holding it down. I mean,
he's really good.
Yeah, he's really good. So I think those, especially Chris Herndon, I think that's something they should hold on to. But they're good.
Yeah, so they could 112 personnel
with
1 running back, 2 tight ends. They do that like we used to do back in the day, in the early part of the decade. But he needs weapons. Again, this guy is by himself, and I feel bad for him. He's too young to be by himself. He's not even that good himself.
Yeah, he's not.
For him to be to not have no support, come on, dude. Like, why did you waste your pick? So, solutions.
Oh, well, I have watching one more whole.
Go ahead.
Kicker. The kicking for this team was so bad.
I didn't even think about that.
It was horrible. Damn, don't remember his name, but
that's not important.
It's not important because they're the Jets.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was so bad, like it'd be easy kicks missed, and then it's like he's blocked a lot. It's like, yo, this is bad. So they need. I mean, kicking was a serious problem all over the league, but for the Jets, a lot of games lost and points that a lot of drives were killed because of bad kicking. Even though the rest of the team was garbage, but kicking was terrible. And might I add, the head coach is fucking garbage too.
Yeah, but he's not going nowhere.
But he's not going anywhere because the owners
they're the Jets
are just dumbasses. But yeah, so solutions.
So there's 3 guys who have a hefty cap hit, which doesn't make sense. Brian Winters, I believe, is the offensive lineman. Darryl Roberts is a bum ass corner, and Jonathan Harrison, I think, is another lineman who they all have some cap hit they don't deserve. So cutting all 3 of them will save you about $14 million in the cap. That includes one of them gives you $1 million of dead money, so that includes that. So you're seeing $14 million. So you're going up to 60, I think. $63 million right after that. So you'd have a good amount of money right there to cut all of them because you don't need that. You can get because they all suck too. So you can get like bum backups that literally you can pay them $500,000 and they'll give you the same freaking production as those bums who's making millions. Like, come on, dude. Now, with that money, you need to sign, I would say, Sheriff or Tooney. See, I push Sheriff everywhere because he's the best lineman probably in the entire free agency market. Sheriff or Tooney. Take one of them. You need, or both, if you want to spend that much money. But get offensive line help now. Immediately. Not next year, not 2021. No. Now. Get it as soon as possible. I signed Derek Wolfe. People forgot about him. He was actually a pretty decent pass rusher back in Denver. He's situational though, but hey, that's something. And then you could draft yourself, another end or whatever, and then you have a good decent pass rush coming from there. I would sign either. It says Green there. Who the heck am I thinking about? Oh, AJ Green or Amari Cooper. One of those 2. Take them. You got the money at that point, especially if you listen to my first point. You need somebody to play wide receiver for Sam Darnold.
I have a feeling they're going to re-sign Robbie Anderson.
I have a feeling they're going to sign too.
They're going to re-sign too.
He would be stupid to do that.
Which he would be stupid, but Robbie Anderson, I think the Jets with Robbie Anderson, they're going to outbid themselves. Like, I'm be honest with you.
Again, they do need to do something stupid. They are the Jets. So.
Don't be surprised they do. Listen, Jet fans, don't think we're bashing your team. You bash your team too because you believe everything we're saying right now. They suck, and you know they suck, and I feel for y'all. We feel for you. Well, I do because I'm somewhat compassionate. I feel for y'all.
I'm compassionate,
but I'm just
not for shit franchises.
I'm just letting you know that they sell the teams.
You have a choice to go root for somebody else. Okay? So that's why I don't feel sympathy for fan bases Because you can just go somewhere else. You don't have to deal with this shit. You can go somewhere else. Like Cincy fans, you don't gotta root for Cincy. You don't gotta do it. Go ahead and be a Steeler fan. Fuck it. Oh well. This bandwagon thing. Almost everybody is that type of bandwagon from one way or another.
It's different. It's
like
different.
To be honest, that's a stupid phrase. You root for who you want to root for. So if you don't want to root for a shit organization like the Jets and the Bengals and the Browns and the Raiders, and the Chargers, all these bump organizations who don't give a shit about you, all they care about is your money.
There is
go somewhere else.
I agree. There is exceptions to the rule. Like the Jet fan said, I'm a former Jet fan, but I refuse to support them because the owners are still there. I have no problem with that because you're absolutely
all right.
right.
That's fine.
That's fine. I'm not agree with that.
At least you're not supporting them. Yeah. That's the big thing. I'm telling you, you'll be healthier if you don't root for these bum teams. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I learned this about fantasy. I didn't do fantasy for a year. I felt my blood pressure just went into normal states after that. After what I went through a few years of fantasy, when I finally stopped for a year, I never felt better.
Yes.
Just saying. Why am I holding this headphone? I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Stop rooting for these bum teams. It's disgusting. You're hurting yourself. Because they don't care. They're laughing. They're rich. Just saying.
And moving on.
Yeah. Oh, and draft offensive line, defensive end, and cornerback in the draft. And wide receiver. I forgot to write that. All right.
Yeah. So that was a lot of good depth in this draft.
A lot for offensive line and wide receiver especially. So okay. So next, it's going to be who we thought was going to be the worst team in the NFL, and apparently they were on a red hot December, and stupidly put themselves in 5th pick. The Miami Dolphins.
It's actually a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess they could have Burrow though, but it is what it is. All right, they have the most cap space out of everyone in the NFL with $88 million, and I believe if you listen to me, you will have almost 100 after this, but that's for later on. Okay, so this team was hard because they need everything, literally. So you can't go wrong. This is one of the teams that whoever is the best talent, you just take it because you need it. You need everything. But so I would say we start with the offensive line. We said this earlier. They were the worst ranked offensive line in football, and I think we all knew that. According to Pro Football Focus, it's between them and the Bengals, but I probably would have voted them too, especially because of the first half of the season. Oh my god! They were a disgrace to watch. So I'm not even going to continue with that. But I will start with tackle. Defensive line. They're another team who didn't eclipse 20 pressures. Only one guy got 5 sacks, and it was Taco Charlton, who was traded during the season. And he sucks.
He does suck.
So yeah, they have nothing on that defensive line. Next, I said secondary. I didn't even put a specific position. I said they need everything in secondary. Their best corner was Eric Rowe.
Oh my god, yo. He think he was nice because oh my god. He think he was nice because he had an interception on Brady in
the last game of the season.
I'm like, oh my god, he's at
you still suck.
So suck.
If you were any good, you would have stood in the Patriots, you bum. Anyway, next linebacker. Why not? I don't know a single person they have in that team in linebacker before, so yeah, I need that. And 5th for surprise, actually put running back just to kick some pressure off of whoever the next QB is going to be over. Because let's face it, we don't give a shit about Ryan Fitzpatrick. When he gets blown up, it is what it is. So whether it's going to be Tua I could do this. I've done it.
It's Tua. I'm not gonna say his last name because
Tagovailoa. Bang, that's his name.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that's his name. I know. I practiced. That's why I had to read it and I did it. Tua Tagovailoa. That whether it's him, which most people think that's what it's gonna be, or whether they wait for next year or whatever the case may be, get a running back after fixing the offensive line. Get a running back to take some pressure off that young quarterback. I would say anything else, but again, everything else is a hope.
They need the Lord and Savior.
Yeah, they do.
But the good thing about them is Brian Flores.
That's about to say
is a
the hardest thing most teams have difficulty getting is a culture and a coach. They have that.
Finally.
So the hardest part is already done. The second hardest part is who's playing quarterback. So they'll probably solve that. We'll see. But they already got the culture. There's this hope that the ownership doesn't be stupid and get rid of him. But they are a shit franchise, so they're not prone of not doing that, you know. So my solutions. Albert Wilson is making almost $10 million, and he's like a third-string receiver at best. Why?
Because the previous GM is shit.
Yes. So he has $1 million dead money. So cut him, and you automatically gain about $8 to $9 million. And that will put you almost at 9 digits. 9 digits. Almost.
Almost 100 million.
Almost. Be at 97. That's just stupid amount of money. So if I was the Dolphins, I would literally go after every single top offensive line person in free agency. All of them.
They can.
You can literally afford like 3 or 4 of them. And you still have probably like $50 million left. Just be careful how you structure it for the future when you finally get that quarterback. But that's what I would do. So get Tooney. Flores is an expatriate. Sheriff is there. Bulag is there. Anthony Costanzo, left tackle's there. Even though I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back to Indy. I'm sure. But still, this is a world where you see the name when we take it. Anthony Costanzo decent, is not the best, but is a good left tackle. Get him. All of them are available. Go and try to get it as much as possible. At least 2 of them you can get. You can afford them. I'd sign Kyle Van Noy. His ex-coordinator is in the head coach of the team. He knows how to use Kyle Van Noy. There you go. I would much rather play for Miami than Detroit if I'm Kyle Van Noy, so I'd rather go Miami. Plus, they'll probably give you more money. So, and I will also sign Logan Ryan to pair up with Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And plus, Logan Ryan is also an expatriate. I don't remember what position Flores was. Was he a cornerback? No, I don't remember what position coach he was. But he was coaching with Logan Ryan though when Logan Ryan was in the Patriots. So there you go. Go ahead and get him. You have a nice, decent pair. They can get some draftees. So you need everything. But the positions I will probably go after is quarterback, receiver, corner, anyone in the offensive line, probably like another tackle or a center, and running back and safety. There's a lot of places to hit, but if you're smart, so I wouldn't use the first 5th pick. I'll trade down to get the talent first, and then I would try to get the quarterback afterwards in the next year. But that's what I would do. But that's me. What about you? Anything different? Because again, they could do anything and be an improved. So
yeah, like I said, this is definitely a step in the right direction. I think that they follow those type of things, they'd be okay. Just as long as Steven Ross doesn't fuck it up for everybody. But yeah, they should be okay though.
Now,
oh yes,
here we go. This might take 15 minutes. It might be a 4 or 5 minute episode. The New England Patriots. So all the Patriots fans, now you come flooding. I might put a time stamp on YouTube, whatever, just so the fans could go straight to the team at the 28-minute mark. All right, the New England Patriots. They have $41.6 million in the cap, and I'm pretty sure that does not include $13 million dead money that is owed to Tom Brady when the free agency market, or aka the new league year, starts. So they low-key actually have $28.6 million if they don't get Tom Brady beforehand. If they get Tom Brady back, then the 13 will get cut off. You just take whatever they sign him for. But if they don't sign him, which, just be honest, probably is going to happen, they're not going to sign him right away. So that means that we're going to have to take the $13 million cap. We're only going to have $28 million. That is a problem. Mm-hmm. So I did 2 versions of this. This is the world where we do get Brady back, and the world that we're hoping doesn't happen, we don't. Let's start with, want to start positive or negative?
Let's start positive.
All right, so that means we get Brady back. So the holes that I got for if the Lord and Savior returns is going to be tight motherfucking end. Tight motherfucking end.
We literally had nobody. Ben Watson, and he was literally an old man, but that was it. That was literally who we had.
Yeah, did I write it down? I thought I wrote down the stats for them because those stats were hilarious. God. I think I did. No, I didn't write it down. I suck. I'm a bad podcaster. Well,
they were. Yeah, I think you had one of those.
Yes, I did. Ready for this?
Okay, go ahead.
So all 3 of them combined, 52 targets, that's already astronomically low. 36 receptions, 418 yards, and 2 touchdowns. One guy can get all of that and at like week 12 as tight end, like a rookie. That was the tight end stats if we were doing the Patriots. Are you freaking kidding me?
Horrendous.
Are you kidding me? We had less touchdowns than we had tight ends playing. Are you freaking kidding me? That is horrendous. And this is all Belichick's fault for not trying to get one of them tight ends last year, when last year was full of talented tight ends. Full of them. That's 100% his fault. Because I tell you right now, the bias is finally coming out. If we had one of those decent tight ends, we would have beaten Tennessee, no question. And we may have bullshitted AFC Championship game periods, but we're not winning them. But we could have. Okay, so next in the with Brady bracket, wide receiver.
Correct. Outside of Edelman, it was not good. Phil Dorsett had a great early year, and then it was just trash. Dropping balls like crazy.
Yeah.
I know Harry started pretty much the second half of the season.
Yeah, his year was fucked.
So he was screwed over anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give him a pass. All right, fine. We're gonna see how you can adapt this year in 2020. Now this year in 2020, like I said, the difference is that you're number one. You're a first round pick as a receiver. So your expectations is a little bit higher than other people as rookies, besides quarterback.
And honestly, it shouldn't be. That's not fair to him.
It's not fair to him, but that's just how the league is.
Yeah.
So hopefully he bounces back. Stay healthy, most importantly. And it's pretty good. But other than that, Edelman had a lot of drops this year. It's like,
this is what happens. This is why I explained to my brother not so long ago. We talked about this. Look, when no one can get separation, that means the DB is closer to you. When the DB is closer to you, that means that their hot breath is on you, meaning that you are not separated. That guy is right here. So it's a little harder to throw balls, especially for the quarterback who has to throw tight window throws every time, because your bum asses can't separate more than 2 inches away from the defensive back. So it's kind of hard to get a lot of catches when you don't help out your quarterback. That's the problem. Well, people who like to bash on Sanu, and I'm pretty sure I said this on recording when it happened, you do realize that he basically had a broken foot for almost the entirety of his tenure here, right? That Philly game, it was that punt return when he turned his ankle, and that destroyed him for the rest of the season.
I still thought that was stupid to even have him back.
Again, that's on Belichick's dumbass. So why is he playing special teams when he's our only other wide receiver? It's punt. Get somebody to do this, and that's it. You cannot afford at that point our receiving core was very thick because we already lost Antonio, we already cut Demarius Thomas, Josh Gordon, dope ass was already gone. All the guys we had were gone at that point. We were very thin at receiver, and he wanted to put the only guy that was healthy basically on punts. You couldn't put Phil Dorsett's bum ass. Oh, he might have been hurt at that point. You see? You're like, why? Just why? I don't.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
And nobody outside of Jacoby Myers, surprisingly, and Edelman caught over 60% of the passes. That's just not, no.
It's not work.
No. So next, offensive line. Joe Tooney, unfortunately, will more than likely be gone.
Absolutely.
To keep it real. So, and Marcus Cannon looks old and disgusting. Mason have down year, I'm going to let him go. Because he went from probably the best guard in the NFL in 2018 to not so very good ones last year. I'm going to wait for one more year before I start obliterating him.
Wynn just needs to get healthy. When he's healthy,
yeah.
You have to see him play a full season healthy.
The second half, when he was there, he was fine.
He was great. As long as he can stay healthy for most of the year, then we'll give a better analysis of him. But I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, and according to Pro Football Focus, we were still the 10th ranked offensive line. Well, that's more from scheme than his talent, but when isn't it?
And most importantly...
Yeah, the most important loss that we got, probably the entire team outside of Tom Brady.
No, I'm talking about for the offensive line. I'm talking about solution. Oh, never mind.
There he ain't finished. We lost somebody else even worse.
I know. I don't want to say his man's name.
Yeah, I'm going to. The worst loss we have outside Tom Brady, if it happens, is Sir Dante Scarnecchia is gone.
Yeah.
Again. and more likely permanently because he is like 80. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's gonna do what he did in 2014 and 15, which is be like a little advisor. But he's not gonna be there in the sidelines calling plays and all that anymore like he did before. So we'll see how that goes.
We're gonna miss this guy.
Yeah,
he was great.
And our last big hole to me is linebacker. We're losing Van Noy, Landon Roberts, and Jamie Collins. All three of them are free agents. We ain't getting all three of them back, and my guess is Van Noy is deuces, which is all right. Ah, man. Barger, we've had a very deep linebacking core the last few years. And now we only have Hightower and Jawan Bentley. That's crazy. So, solutions.
No, you missed one very important position.
I don't think I missed it. I just didn't feel like putting it.
Kicker.
I knew it. Yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't feel like saying it.
Yes, kicker is a serious problem. There's some Patriot fans that'll be like, "Oh no, Steve got no."
He fucking sucks.
He hasn't had it for years now, and this year was more than like certain. Yeah, he has to go. Then we had Kai Forback, who was a walking disaster.
Yeah, he was disgusting.
Disgusting. Then you had Mike Nugent, who was
couldn't kick past 35 yards.
Yeah, 35 yards. And Nick Folk. Now Nick Folk,
God bless you.
he was 14 for 17. I'm not gonna lie to you. When they signed him, I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh yeah, I forgot he missed kicks. I think 2 of them wasn't his fault though.
No, I'm saying 2 of them wasn't his fault because it was the game against Dallas.
Yeah, it was wind, and then one got blocked.
Yeah, blocked because the offensive line, because the Marshall Newhouse.
I believe that was Houston.
Because Marshall Newhouse, I can't say his name.
Yeah, that piece
got completely obliterated and got blocked. But for the most part, he was very solid for those games with us. But he's like 36 years old, so it's like he's not gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
Steven Gostkowski was injured, so it's like you know they're like, oh, he may come back. I don't think he's gonna come back. I thank you for your 12 years of service, but I think it's time for you to move on. We literally only had two kickers in like 20 years, and until this year we had like 3 in 1 year, 4 in 1 year, and it was like horrible. So they gotta figure something out about that. I don't know, but you gotta do something about that too. But that's pretty much it.
So, solutions for the Brady scenario. The only way Tom is going to come back at all is if he knows he has at least one good weapon to throw to. So, we're going to have to use that first overall pick and trade it, I'd say, for Stephon Diggs. I personally rather have Stephon Diggs than Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
You got to get Stephon Diggs. We'll take $14 million off the cap. But at least if you trade for him within the next 10 days, you'll be able to fix the cap for Brady and you won't take that $13 million cap hit or dead money hit. So that's the only way you're basically going to get him. Then after that, I would try to get Hunter Henry. I choose him over the 3 that are available for a 1 year deal. 1 year, like $3 million, $4 million deal. Hopefully he accepts that. But if it's a chance to come Tom Brady, I'm sure he'll be like fine. And plus, it'll give him a chance to get his legs back and then maybe cash in the year after. We need McCourty, Slater, Collins, Ebner, and Butler. So that's Adam Butler, Nate Ebner, Jamie Collins, Matthew Slater. Yes, Matthew Slater is a free agent. And Devin McCourty. Since why am I forgetting blanking his name? Jason, they took his option. It should be easy to get McCourty back. Because at this point of their careers, I don't think if they're not together, they're retiring. I'm pretty sure. So it shouldn't take that much money to sign McCourty now. He got his rings. He got paid already. His brother's there. He's not going nowhere. So McCourty will be back. Slater's essential. He still got it. He needs to stay
Still one of the most important, besides Tom Brady and Julius Edelman, one of the most important players on this football team.
Yeah, he needs to stay.
Literally,
that's
the GOAT. Special teams GOAT. You can argue he's one of the best special teams players.
The second best one, Ebner, needs to come back too.
Yes.
Nate Ebner. Collins, we need some linebacking play, and I think he won't take that much money. And Adam Butler for depth at DT because we lost Danny Shelton. I'm pretty sure he's gonna cash in somewhere.
Somewhere else, yeah. I think he ends up in the Jets somewhere, or the Jets or the Dolphins.
Yes, but cash in a little bit.
Yeah.
Next, restructure Mohamed Sanu's contract. He's taking $6.5 million, and that's too much money. Needs to cut that. I would want to say in half at least. Give us some space. I'm sure he would do that. Then in the draft, at this point, if this goes the way it's supposed to go, according to this, we won't have first round pick, but that's okay. It is what it is. Linebacker, safety, wideout, tight end, DT, tackle, and guard in the draft if possible. We're going to get a lot of compensatory picks this year. I think 2 or 3 of them. So we'll have some picks to move around the draft a bit. And if we see someone we'll trade up or whatever. But we'll have some picks, so don't worry about that.
Most importantly speaking, get Marshall Newhouse the fuck out of here.
He's a free agent. He's gone.
Yeah, get him out of here. Like, don't even consider Bill. Don't even consider bringing him back.
He's better now. We don't have no money to get all these people back anyway.
A turnstile, the fucking turnstile. Like, literally, he was terrible.
Right.
But other than that, yes.
Now, the negative.
Okay.
The dark world. Without Tom Brady as our quarterback, if we lose Tom Brady, what do we have to do? Well, that changes the holes almost entirely. The first hole will have his quarterback. Who the fuck is going to play quarterback for New England Patriots?
Sorry, Jarrett Stidham is not ready. And
from what I hear, the coaches like him, but that doesn't mean that he's any good.
Yeah, he's not, I don't know. A lot of Patriot fans kept saying he's the heir apparent. And I'm like, how? He barely played in college. But okay, that you do what you want to say. But
so we're gonna suck for Lawrence, or what we gonna do? Because I don't want any quarterback to come in this place. None. They're gonna be too expensive, and then how are they gonna be able to grasp this system? They're not. So that means we probably got to change the personnel of the entire offense to fit their schemes, which is too much fucking work. I'd rather suck for a year and get someone to plug in, or just fucking steal him. I don't want to hear this Dalton Mariota bullshit. No, I don't want no bums in my team. None of them. Paying $20 million for a bum? No, I don't want it. No, I'd rather be trash and get the first 2 or 3 picks and get Lawrence or who's the other one? Eason? Is that the other quarterback? Who's the other quarterback coming over with him?
Yeah,
I think it's Jacob. He's one of them quarterbacks, and we just start over. I'd rather start over. Next, safety. I guess at this point there will be no point in getting McCourty back if we don't have Tom Brady, because we're probably not gonna be competitive. But we'll probably do it anyway, because they'll keep the defense intact. But Chung, as you saw last year, was washed up and injured even more than usual. We need to get another box safety. We just need to get someone with talent. It's just that simple. And also we need someone to replace McCourty when that time comes, which I think is next year. I think 2020 is his last season with Jason. So we need to get a coverage safety back there. Harmon is getting up there in age too. He's probably 30 by now. Might be. So we need to do something about that. Offensive line, it's the same thing I said before. We're losing all those guys. We need to get offensive linemen for the young guys. Same thing. Tight end is the same thing. And linebackers the same thing. Those are the holes I chose without the quarterback. We got to rebuild everybody anyway. There's no point in getting big and loud, big wide receivers if we're not going to have anybody to throw to them. And we're not going to trade for Stephon Diggs because Conway's not there. So what the hell's the point of wasting all that cap? So we just use the money we have and the assets we have to build up everywhere else and get ready for the next quarterback, and hopefully we start a dynasty version 2. Maybe one day, hopefully, maybe. And that's what's scary about that, is that if Tom Brady's right there, as much as everybody's bashing about how Belichick and Brady want to prove it on themselves, I got a strange feeling that if Brady's not there, Belichick will be gone very soon too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to say? Anything you're thinking of? Dark world.
I said what I had to say before. Just, it's coming. Unfortunately, Patriot fans, this time is coming a lot closer than we think. It's time. All good things must come to an end. It's unfortunate, but I've had a great run watching this team, and I still keep on going.
For the record, I don't know about him. I'm pretty sure he thinks the same thing. We think he's coming back.
I think he's coming back because it's like, where else he's gonna go? But the way that he's kind of teasing the media, because the media was coming with stupid non-stories, and a lot of the Patriot fans are falling for that. Come on, man.
Yeah, because they're retarded.
I'm like, listen, not all of you. We love you all, but some of y'all are just come on, man.
Most of you.
You have to really think. You think a commercial was going to. The whole commercial was going to decide, and then also the thing with Julian Edelman, and they talking about always saying coming back, the mouth. I didn't know y'all can read lips. I didn't know that was. It's a thing, but it's stupid. It's a non-story. We'll find out when he gets here. That's it.
Look, you want to hear all these reports from these guys, right? Name me maybe 2 times in the entire 20 years where those reporters were able to get dirt from the New England Patriots organization? The answer will be zero, right? So then how in the flying fuck are they going to get info about this now?
WEII in Boston they literally, and I really like those guys, but they can't even get it right. They literally be like stringing to the straws, like trying to get
this is all clickbait.
And y'all falling for it.
You guys are stupid. That's why I'm calling you all retarded. You're all falling for this dumb shit. I literally haven't clicked onto one article. Haven't. About this Tom Brady thing. Haven't. I know it's bullshit. They don't have sources. Mike Rice doesn't have real sources, and he's been a Patriot motherfucker for God knows how long for ESPN. He don't know what the fuck's going on.
He's great.
He don't know. Tom Curran's with them. He don't know what's going on, and he's been a Patriots insider for years too, longer probably than Mike Rice. He don't know what's going on. If those guys don't know, nobody knows. Those two, I think those were probably the closest guys to the New England Patriots organization, and they don't know what's going on at all. If they don't, nobody knows.
Just wait and see. That's it.
So it's literally that simple.
Now, that's it. But the point is, it's what it is at this point. But I think that he comes back. He comes back this year. Just give him his weapons, man. Just do what you gotta do.
All you gotta do is get one big one, and he
that's
will
it. Come back.
And you don't gotta pay him that much. He doesn't care about the money. He's one of the richest people in this damn earth. See that bitch? That bitch he's married to? Bitch rich. It's like she owns Brazil. Like I feel that. He good. He don't need money. They don't need money. We're eventually probably gonna have one of these Tom Brady episodes anyway, before free agency hits. Just to get more stuff out my chest, because you already know how a lot to say. Yeah. But that's the end of this episode now. So 46-minute mark. I knew it was gonna take this long.
Unfortunately, like we said before, all good things must come to an end. Probably the Dynasty is gonna end soon. And unfortunately, this episode is coming to an end too.
This one is ending.
It isn't end. Well, today because I'm tired. I'm gonna go home. Like, share, subscribe. On iTunes,
sounds just like me.
YouTube, Spotify, Google Play Radio, iHeartradio, at Podcast Dynasty, at Twitter, and Stitcher Radio as well. Yeah. So like, share, subscribe, man. We appreciate your business. We appreciate you. You know what I mean?
What business? I wish.
Listen, one of these days.
Oh yeah, I know.
And when it happens, we'll bring you all for the ride too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. But other than that, peace, love, and applesauce. Peace.